everyone. How are you doing? Are you enjoying the challenge so far? How is week 2 going? You're almost to the end of week 2. I really hope you're enjoying decluttering your spaces, your time, and your mind. I hope that you're finding some positive energy that maybe was being leaked out some different places, and you can fill your life with more of the good stuff and get rid of some of the junk. I want to talk to you guys about the survey real quick. If you didn't get a chance to fill out the survey before Monday at midnight, my deadline, just fill it out anyways, because you never know. You might catch me before I get everything all put together on either Tuesday or Wednesday. So if you miss the deadline, go ahead and fill it out. And you don't have to tell me your points, but I really like to get to know, kind of gauge where you're at and see who's participating or how many people are participating. And it's just a really fun way for us to stay in touch. So please fill that out if you can. I'm going to put the form right into your email next time. That makes it a little easier for you guys. So hopefully that will help. Thank you everyone for participating in week 1 and filling out your survey. Those that did, it was really fun to see the results and make the charts. And I'm really impressed. So good job. You guys are hanging in there and hopefully making some positive changes. And I've gotten some really good feedback. I'm very happy for you guys and all of us. So good job. Let's see, this week we're decluttering, and I really enjoyed that. I haven't had a ton of time because I was out of town for 3 days, but when I got back to town, I really hit the ground running with the decluttering. I've been making my bed. I've been working on my nightstand, and I have been decluttering my mind with some questions that I had for my truth teller. And I got some good answers today, so that was nice to kind of get rid of some of those questions that were in my head. Just get some answers. Just ask, right? It works out really good. I had an amazing weekend in in southern mid Utah. I went to Capitol Reef National Park and Bryce National Park, Bryce Canyon. It is so gorgeous and beautiful there, and I'm probably going to share some of the video that I took with you guys either during this video or I'll make another one. But I really enjoyed feeling God's love through nature. And that was one of the things that I had been praying for last week. Since I did my video in the car with my green shirt, I really have been praying to feel God's love for me. And I really felt it with the company that we were in and the conversations that we had and in nature. It was an absolutely stunningly beautiful place to be. All the red rock and all the formations and the hoodoos and the beautiful landscape of southern Utah is just stunning. So that was fun. I got to spend the weekend with one of my mentors, Melody Ross. She is the founder of Brave Girls Club, and she is the one that created this amazing curriculum that I teach at my retreats. I'm going to have one in February over President's Day weekend. You're all invited to sign up for that. I'll put a link out for that soon. It's going to be amazing. 4 days and 4 nights at my house. And we are going to really dig deep and see our beautiful souls and get rid of the lies that have been holding us back and fill ourselves with beautiful truths. And we make art and we eat really good food and we have amazing conversations. We play games and we sing, and it's really fun. And sorry, boys, but it's girls only. So that was amazing. And then, oh, shoot, I used the word amazing. I was going to try not to say amazing today. So okay, I'll allow myself 1 or maybe 2 more amazings. You guys will have to pay attention and see how well I do. So something that was really special happened this weekend. Our church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I hope I don't ever hurt your feelings when I talk about my church or I call it our church. I'm just so used to my friend group. So many of us belong to the same church, but it's totally great. But I wanted to tell you about something that happened at General Conference. Do you guys remember me teaching you guys the story about the British cycling team and how they were such miserable failures and they weren't winning anything? Then they hired the new coach that decided to change everything a little bit, 1% incremental gains in all these different areas, and how it worked. And they ended up being, world champion cyclists for years and years. And they've become a powerhouse, right? Well, that same story was shared by Elder Dunn. I can't remember his first name, but Elder Dunn in our general conference, our biannual big worldwide conference. he shared that same story and a lot of ideas about how to make new habits and get rid of old habits by James Clear from the book Atomic Habits. And that was so neat. I got a couple texts from my friends, and you guys are like, "Hey, did you notice that that same story that you used was in General Conference in one of the talks?" And that was such a boost. It was so fun to see that the Lord is using this group and using me as an instrument and inspiring the curriculum that we have going on here. It was really fun. And I didn't even see the talk live because I was hiking in the mountains with my friends and was planning to watch it later. So I got the little heads up even before I got a chance to see it. So that was fun. But the thing that was really special about that was that that happened to me in 2003. So it's kind of like Heavenly Father reminding me, like, we did this 17 years ago, 18 years ago, and we still got it. We're still doing this. And you're still teaching things that are of lasting truth and true value. Um, Not like the hardware store, but true value. So in 2003, I taught, just created a lesson for some girls that I was teaching about a prophet from our church, Joseph Smith. And the story that I found was from my family history, and I just kind of stumbled upon it. In the middle of the night, I was up researching and trying to figure out how I could make this interesting for them. And I found this story about my great great aunt Laura Clark Phelps. Actually, she's three greats. And that same story was shared that Sunday or Saturday in general conference by one of my relatives, because she said that Laura Clark Phelps was her great great aunt. And I was just totally blown away. Like, a story that I shared, that I found, dug through some family history books, found in the middle of the night, was shared with 15 million people a few days later. And that kind of happened again. And so it was just such a special message. And I'm always wondering, um, you know, and teaching about, and as a student of how to connect with my truth teller, and how does my truth teller communicate with me, and am I really listening, and am I getting the right messages through? And it's really fun when you have experiences like that that kind of show you, yeah, you're on track. And so that's just really, really a big, huge boost and a comfort to know that we're all here at the right time, right place, on the right track. So I hope you guys noticed that if you were watching. And if you didn't, like my mom or my sister, they're like, "I've heard that somewhere before. Was that on a podcast?" It was right here. How exciting is that? So I'm going to post the video of his talk so you guys can hear his take on it. And he has some cool graphs and stuff in it, and some like little animations, so you guys can see what he talked about. Okay. There was some other really cool talks in general conference, and I just wanted to share a few idea of the quotes with you guys that just made me super happy, because they talked about kind of what we're dealing with here. Okay. Dieter F. Uchtdorf, he's from Germany, so he has a really cool German name. He says, "Do you want to change the shape of your life? Change the shape of your day. Do you want to change your day? Change this hour. Change what you think, feel, or do at the very moment. From small seeds come mighty sequoias. Minutes and hours well spent are the building blocks of a life well lived." Love that. And if you have been to the redwoods in California, you know what he's talking about when he says the sequoias. They are amazing. The redwoods are just in huge, huge, huge creations, and you really need to go see them to really capture the magnificence of them. So I highly recommend that. Okay. Um, Brad Wilcox is an incredible speaker. If you want to learn more about Jesus and grace, and how to overcome and feel the love of Jesus Christ, listen to his talk called "My Grace, His Grace is Sufficient." It is a very, very touching, very well known, very beautiful talk about that. Okay, so he's talking about getting rid of bad habits, and especially ones that are really hard and devastating. And he says, never give up just because we slip up. I'm going to say that again because my mouth doesn't work over these braces very well. Never give up just because we slip up. He was talking about a young man who had spent a long time beating himself up and feeling terrible about um, his addiction to pornography. So terrible that he didn't even feel like he was worthy to repent or anything, and he didn't know how to get better. So he said when he felt better that this young man spent a lot of, he said, I spent a lot less time hating myself for what I've done, but loving Jesus for what he has done. I thought that was really neat. And then he said, what helped this young man was to not arbitrarily set some standard of abstinence to be considered worthy. Instead, they started with small, reachable goals. They got rid of the all or nothing expectations and focused on incremental growth, which allowed Damon to build on a series of successes instead of failures. He learned that he could prosper by degrees. I just love that. And that just reminded me so much of what we have been talking about and working on together. So that was amazing. Oh, I said amazing again. Okay, let's see here. So, my own really quick experience I want to share you guys. This is my last story about decluttering this week and, tweaking our systems, honing our systems, getting them really clean and sharp. So, very related to this is the fact that my daughter got engaged this weekend. My 23-year-old daughter, Chloe, got engaged to Patrick, and they're planning on getting married in January, like early January. And this is very exciting, but kind of stressful because I have a lot to do. As all of you know with your lives, when you have Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and all the other things in the holiday season. So I was just feeling really stressed about planning a wedding on top of all of that. And I've done a wedding before, and it was really fun to plan, but it is a lot of work. So I was feeling really stressed. And then I thought, okay, it's kind of funny that I'm feeling like my time is just shrinking down. At the same time, I'm feeling like this challenge that we're all doing is so inspired and so needed and purposeful at this time. So to not be hypocritical, I got down on my knees and I just said to my truth teller, it feels like you're inspiring this and you really want me to be doing this, but I'm not really seeing how I'm going to have enough time to get things done. And especially this week, I'm preparing for next week, which is our sleep week. And I want to teach you guys so much about how important sleep is and how nourishing it is to our souls. And I wanted to write down and type up a bunch of stuff from the book by Matthew Walker and maybe make some cool videos. And I was just like, my mind was imploding because Bill and I were also planning on going away back up to Utah with his kids for 4 days this weekend. We were going to leave this morning. And so I was going to have like one day to do everything, all the prep for next week. And I just can't do that. I can't do it all. So I got down on my knees and I just said, Lord, if this is your project, your challenge that you're having me run for you, then will you please somehow in this space-time continuum give me more time so I can get this done or make something happen because I can't do it. I am freaking out here. So it was pretty cool. I got up off my knees and got back to work. And then I started, I decided to Google Matthew Walker and see if I could find, I knew there was a podcast with him and Joe Rogan. And so I listened to that for about 2 seconds and decided I can't share it with you guys because there's a lot of swearing in it. Joe Rogan likes to swear. But then on the side was some other suggestions for videos, temptations for a YouTube spiral, I also should call them. And there just happens to be a TED Talk for his book that he does, that Matthew Walker does himself. So you guys are going to see a link below this for his TED Talk. And it's 22 minutes of TED Talks are just really, really well done and just really refined and cool. He has cool visuals and charts and brain maps and all sorts of fun stuff. So you guys will be able to learn from Matthew himself. And I'm going to also post a couple other videos of his. There's another 15-minute one, an hour one, and a 3-hour one with different hosts. And they're really good. I haven't listened to all of the 3-hour one yet, but you can just have as much detail as you want. Okay, so he already did all the cool work for me. You guys can learn straight from him. So that was just an amazing, 2 more times. Okay, wait, one more time that I can say amazing. Miracle. It felt really, really good to just have, that's just all done. I'm just going to type up summarize some things for you, and I'm good to go. Okay, then I can work on some other things that I have for you guys later on and go on this trip. We also decided to shorten the trip down to 2 days, and we're just going to go to um, to go to Jerome, Prescott, Sedona area. So that also works out really nicely because I'm not on the trip yet. I'm still here. I hope you're enjoying this decluttering, and I hope you're making some room for some really good sleep next week because you are going to love nourishing your body with sleep, with really good sleep. And I'm gonna, um, well, I'm not gonna teach you, but Matthew Walker is going to teach you all about it, and your mind is going to be blown. You're going to want to tell everyone about his book, Why We Sleep, just like I have told everyone about it. It's so awesome. Okay, so have a great rest of your week. Keep decluttering and keep asking those same questions all day, every day. You know, what do I mean to you? Am I loved? Do you love me? Help me feel your love. And just every time you get a chance to share your love with others. And really, I hope you're feeling the same thing that I've been feeling. I have been feeling extra loved because I've been loving myself and taking care of myself. And um, I really feel loved. I feel super, how did I say it earlier? I just feel really good about the way I'm taking care of myself and loving my body and treating it with love and respect and kindness, being kind to myself, and not just in the mental chatter, but being kind to myself by not eating a bunch of junk that isn't good for me and that isn't nourishing my body at all. That's just a habit, right? Or that's just junk food. So that's been really good. So hopefully you've been able to feel the love from your own self to your own self because sometimes we're all we've got, right? And so it's just great to get love from the easiest, closest person available to you. And then reach out and ask your truth teller for the truth about your beautiful soul. And then share that truth and that light with others. And I know you will. I know you are. And I just want to let you know that I love you and your beautiful soul. Talk to you later.